Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh dan salam sejahtera. Alhamdulillah wassalatu wassalamu ala Rasulillah. Terlebih dahulu saya ingin merakamkan ucapan terima kasih kepada anda semua kerana turut bersama-sama secara virtual untuk majlis perasmian pameran dan persidangan teknologi hijau dan produk eko antarabangsa Malaysia yang ke-11 atau IGEM 2020. Ia akan bermula pada hari ini sehingga 23 Oktober 2020. Dengan bertemakan Energizing Sustainability, IGEM telah memperkukuhkan imejnya sebagai acara perdagangan terbesar di rantau Asia Tenggara untuk teknologi hijau. Di kesempatan ini, saya ingin merakamkan ucapan terima kasih kepada Yang Amat Berhormat Tan Sri Datuk Haji Muhyiddin Mohamad Yassin, Perdana Menteri Malaysia, atas kesudian merasmikan IGEM pada tahun ini. Ia adalah suatu penghormatan besar bagi saya dan seluruh warga Kementerian Alam Sekitar dan Air. Seperti yang anda ketahui, 10 edisi IGEM yang terdahulu dianjurkan di pusat bandar Kuala Lumpur. Namun, untuk pertama kalinya, IGEM 2020 diadakan secara maya. Ini diadakan selari dengan usaha kita menyesuaikan diri dengan keadaan norma baru yang disebabkan oleh pandemik COVID-19. Tuan-tuan dan puan-puan, platform maya IGEM 2020 akan menjadi tuan rumah kepada lebih 45 sesi persidangan dan pameran. Ia akan dapat menarik masyarakat tempatan dan global. Ia akan memacu tindakan bersama untuk mencari jalan penyelesaian bagi isu-isu perubahan iklim, terutamanya dalam konteks pandemik COVID-19 yang kita sedang hadapi ini. IGEM pada peringkat awalnya telah pun dilaksanakan untuk menyediakan platform pameran bagi syarikat-syarikat dan dalam bidang teknologi hijau dan produk eko yang baru untuk mempamerkan inovasi terkini. Namun demikian, kini IGEM mengorak langkah dan mengutarakan inovasi dan teknologi dalam bidang tenaga, pengangkutan, bangunan dan pengurusan air. Sepanjang 10 tahun kebelakangan ini, penyertaan sektoral telah pun berkembang merangkumi pembangunan, kecekapan tenaga dan pertanian. Tahun ini akan menyaksikan pengembangan selanjutnya merangkumi sektor perhutanan, teknologi maklumat dan komunikasi, sains dan teknologi, persekitaran dan perubahan iklim. Seiring dengan perkembangan dan perluasan skop IGEM, reputasi IGEM terus meningkat dan telah menjadi salah satu platform perniagaan dan inovasi teknologi hijau yang terbesar di rantau ini. Penganjuran IGEM telah pun merekodkan pertunjuk perniagaan yang melebihi 30 bilion ringgit, menjadi tuan rumah kepada hampir 500,000 delegasi daripada 60 buah negara. IGEM juga memainkan peranan penting dengan menyediakan platform tahunan kepada kerajaan Malaysia untuk berinteraksi dengan industri, usahawan, NGO dan rakyat dalam menyampaikan agenda hijau negara. Dasar kerajaan serta inisiatif hijau. Peluang-peluang pekerjaan turut diwujudkan melalui penganjuran IGEM dan aktiviti-aktiviti ekonomi hijau juga dilihat semakin kukuh dan berkembang. Tuan-tuan dan puan-puan sekalian, saya ingin mengambil peluang ini untuk mengucapkan terima kasih khususnya kepada penaja Platinum iaitu Petronas dan penaja Perak iaitu Solar West Holdings Berhad. Kami di pihak IGEM 2020 juga berasa amat besar hati untuk menjadi tuan rumah kepada banyak pempamer dan rakan strategi yang masih setia bersama kami, terutama sekali Lembaga Pembangunan Pelabuhan Malaysia (MAIDA) dan Perbadanan Pembangunan Perdagangan Luar Malaysia (METRIC). Melalui kerjasama erat dan strategi yang telah terjalin sejak 10 tahun penganjuran IGEM, saya sangat yakin bahawa pada tahun ini kita akan melepasi sasaran ringgit Malaysia 1.6 bilion dalam peluang perniagaan. Saya juga amat besar hati untuk mengalu-alukan rakan-rakan strategi IGEM di platform IGEM 2020, iaitu Suruhanjaya Tinggi British, Suruhanjaya Tinggi Kanada, Kedutaan Besar Kerajaan Belanda, Majlis Bangunan Hijau Malaysia MGBC, Majlis Perniagaan untuk Pembangunan Lestari BCSD Malaysia, Econite, GRC Capital, Kumpulan Perubahan Iklim Malaysia dan Gabungan Industri Biomas Malaysia, dan ramai lagi. Mereka akan menganjurkan persidangan dan dialog dengan mengenengahkan pandangan daripada pakar-pakar terkemuka dalam pelbagai topik termasuk keuangan hijau, tindakan ke atas perubahan iklim, pemerkasaan wanita, teknologi hijau, pengurusan sisa, analisa dasar dan juga tenaga. Selain itu, bagi mendorong penyertaan lebih ramai belia Malaysia dalam IGEM 2020 dan untuk memberi mereka peluang bagi menyuarakan keprihatinan terhadap isu-isu alam sekitar dan perubahan iklim, Persatuan Belia Pertubuhan Bangsa-Bangsa Bersatu Malaysia akan menganjurkan persidangan mini model PBB untuk memberikan pengalaman kepada rakyat Malaysia melalui selok-belok proceeding dan format di peringkat PBB. Selanjutnya, bagi usahawan dalam bidang alam sekitar, delegasi Belia Malaysia akan mengadakan sesi pitching yang meliputi bidang seperti teknologi, tenaga alternatif, dasar, undang-undang dan perubahan iklim, serta kewangan iklim, pengurusan sisa dan penyesuaian iklim. Saya berharap semua pihak dapat mengambil bahagian secara aktif dalam sesi persidangan IGEM yang meliputi platform atas talian IGEM 2020. Tuan-tuan dan puan-puan sekalian, dalam cabaran menangani kesan perubahan iklim, Malaysia sentiasa komited untuk memenuhi komitmen yang dibuat di bawah PBB. Sebagai peserta di bawah kerangka Konvensyen Perubahan Iklim, Malaysia telah menunjukkan komitmen di peringkat antarabangsa dengan meratifikasikan Protokol Kyoto tahun 2002 dan Perjanjian Paris 2016. Di bawah Perjanjian Paris, Malaysia telah memberikan komitmen untuk mengurangkan intensiti pelepasan karbon nasional daripada KDNK sebanyak 45% menjelang tahun 2030. Saya juga mengambil peluang ini untuk berkongsi bahawa Kementerian Alam Sekitar dan Air telah pun membangunkan Pelan Kelestarian Alam Sekitar bagi tempoh 2020 hingga 2030. Pelan strategi ini akan menjadi panduan dalam melaksanakan agenda kelestarian alam sekitar dan tindakan perubahan iklim. Bagi menggalakkan perkembangan pertumbuhan hijau negara, kerajaan telah melaksanakan program insentif hijau seperti skim pembiayaan teknologi hijau GTFS yang memberi fokus kepada pihak industri. Selain itu, KASA juga menawarkan insentif cukai teknologi hijau yang dikenakan sebagai Green Investment Tax Allowance atau GITA yang khusus bagi pembelian peralatan dan aset teknologi hijau. Selain itu, disediakan juga insentif pengecualian cukai pendapatan hijau atau GITA bagi penyediaan perkhidmatan teknologi hijau. Tuan-tuan dan puan-puan sekalian, bagi pembangunan kapasiti yang berterusan, MGTC telah melaksanakan latihan dalam bidang teknologi hijau dan sesi libat urus dengan melibatkan pelbagai pemegang taruh yang terdiri daripada pihak industri, badan profesional dan agensi-agensi kerajaan. MGTC turut melaksanakan program Mai Hijau bagi mempromosi sumber dan juga pembelian produk serta perkhidmatan hijau di Malaysia, termasuklah inisiatif perolehan hijau kerajaan GGP. Inisiatif yang telah dilaksanakan ini akan membantu menggalakkan pihak industri untuk terlibat dan menggunakan teknologi hijau, sekaligus mewujudkan peluang pelaburan yang kondusif dalam sektor teknologi hijau. Tuan-tuan dan puan-puan, sebagai penutup bagi pihak kementerian, saya ingin mengucapkan setinggi-tinggi penghargaan kepada Yang Amat Berhormat Perdana Menteri yang sudi menerima jemputan kami untuk mengambil bahagian dalam upacara pembukaan IGEM 2020 pada hari ini. Saya juga ingin mengucapkan jutaan terima kasih kepada rakan penganjur, penaja, para pempamer, rakan-rakan strategi atas usaha gigih anda semua untuk memastikan bahawa di sebalik pelbagai cabaran, IGEM 2020 terus memenuhi peranannya untuk menjadi pemangkin ekonomi hijau. Harapan saya, semoga selama 5 hari ini, tuan-tuan akan dapat memanfaatkan penglibatan dalam IGEM dengan sebaiknya. Mudah-mudahan platform IGEM akan sentiasa menjadi platform utama dalam memacu perkembangan industri hijau di peringkat nasional dan peringkat antarabangsa. Semoga kita semua dipermudahkan oleh Allah Subhanahu wa taala dalam menjayakan IGEM 2020. Sekian dahulu, aqul qauli hadza astaghfirullahalazim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh dan terima kasih.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Distinguished guests, fellow climate action advocates, eco-warriors, and sustainability champions, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen. A very warm welcome from Malaysia to all the delegates, exhibitors, conference speakers, participants, and visitors. I thank you for being with us in this 11th edition of International Green Tech and Eco Product Exhibition and Conference Malaysia, IGEM, the very first virtual edition of the event. None of us would have predicted that the whole world would come to a grinding standstill. Going virtual has become a new norm in organizing IGEM 2020, conducting businesses, running the economy, and governing the country to a certain extent. I'm very proud that in a short time, the Malaysian Ministry of Environment and Water, CASA, along with the Malaysian Green Technology and Climate Change Center, MGTC, have put together a grand virtual exhibition and conferences at IGEM 2020. I trust you will make the most of it in terms of growing your businesses, gaining insights, and establishing new connections. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to let you know that I am an ardent optimist. I've always been one and shall always remain as one. And yet I cannot help but address the grim current reality that we all face, the hammering effect of COVID-19 in every aspect of life. It is hard to find positives among the wreckage of COVID-19, but as an optimist, I'm sure there is a silver lining. Lockdowns across the world made us reflect, made us think, and we started to realize that we need to change our ways. We need to rethink our relationship with the planet, and we need to build back better. And due to all of us being at home, we also noticed we had better air quality, and Mother Earth has time to reinvigorate. But this was short-lived, as we went back to our old ways once the lockdowns were lifted. But the lesson is, there is a promising path of green recovery as we wade through this pandemic. COVID-19 and climate change, the twin Cs, are proving to be the twin engines for concerns and despairs. Both are global common threats that require a common global solution. Just as we need a vaccine for COVID-19, climate change requires urgent solutions that can't wait for a generation. The impact of climate change is global in scope and unprecedented in various economic scales, from shifting weather patterns that threaten food production to rapidly rising sea levels that increase the risk of catastrophic flooding. Without drastic action now, adapting to these impacts in the future will be more difficult and even more expensive. The Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change, the IPCC, in its fifth assessment report highlighted that from 1880 to 2012, the average global temperature has increased by 0.85 centigrade. And recent projections have shown that the planet is warmer by 1 centigrade compared to pre-industrial levels, and the temperature is continuing to go up. And this will see a huge impact on our climate, food security, health and biodiversity, as well as causing disruptive mass migration. We are racing against time in our war to prevent a climate crisis. Ladies and gentlemen, Malaysia sets long-term development plans in every 5 years, and 2020 marks the final phase of our 11 Malaysia Plan for the period 2016 to 2020. As part of the 11 Malaysia Plan, the strategy of enhancing environmental sustainability through green growth agenda has been an important catalyst for sustainable development. The COVID-19 challenges us to build resilience as we wade through this pandemic, and the road ahead has to be on a green recovery pathway. Malaysia, just like all other countries, needs to rethink about our development agenda. The pandemic is a wake-up call for the world. Sustainable development and green technology need to play a vital role in driving the economy. The green recovery approach would not only spur the economy and social well-being, but will also drive the nation's development trajectory on a low-carbon and climate resilience pathway. In this context, the Perikatan Nasional Government of Malaysia has taken quick and responsive actions to address the pandemic and its socio-economic implications. I have announced socio-economic recovery plans, namely Prihatin, Rakyat Economic Stimulus Package amounting to ringgit 260 billion, and Penjana, a short-term economy recovery plan amounting to 35 billion ringgit Malaysia for the rakyat and industries, and especially small and medium-scale enterprises, to assist them to face the challenges of the pandemic. Malaysia, as a country blessed with rich natural resources, being one of the 12 mega biodiverse countries in the world, and with a head start in green technology, should leverage on this for a stronger green recovery agenda. In our budget 2021, there will be a special focus on sustainability agenda, and we will make a very important announcement in this regard. Ladies and gentlemen, the Ministry of Environment and Water, CASA, is currently spearheading the environmental sustainability roadmap in Malaysia towards sustainable development. And this document has clear targets and indicators towards a green and sustainable pathway from 2020 to 2030. I would like to congratulate the Ministry for this effort, which takes into account planetary health approaches, as these will go far and beyond in addressing symptomatic environmental issues and challenges. The Green Technology Master Plan, the GTMP, strategically outlines approaches up to the year 2020 for green technology development to create a new or low carbon and resource efficient economy. The success of the plan draws upon effective collaborations across various sectors to maximize its collective potential benefits. Malaysia is also taking steps to move toward a circular economy, which covers a wide range of elements in managing end-of-life impact of products. To enable a circular economy to be effective, we need the industries to embrace extended producer responsibility, the EPR, which will significantly contribute towards an environmentally sustainable business strategies. We have also galvanized several cities in Malaysia to set a low-carbon vision and develop a low-carbon action plan. A total of 52 local authorities are now part of the Low-Carbon City Framework Program, which encourages strategies and actions to reduce carbon emissions. The impact of climate change on water resources alter the availability quantity and quality of water supply cycle while contributing to extreme weather causing long drought and extreme flood disaster. This will affect the capacity to meet water demand and the implementation of water infrastructure projects. As a way forward, the government has planned to explore other alternatives or unconventional water resources such as groundwater abstraction, rainwater harvesting, or even stormwater harvesting using off-river storages and coastal reservoirs. Malaysia strives to ensure that the country's water resources will be managed sustainably. Water must be treated with respect. And all these will contribute to the overall achievement of national KPI of 99% water supply coverage, 80% connected sewerage services, and national target of 25% in reducing non-revenue water by 2030. On the environmental conservation side, Malaysia boasts 55.3% of total land area covered with forests and placed under various forms of protection to fulfill our pledge of the Earth Summit 1992 in assuring that at least 50% of the land remains under forest and tree cover. We have established 63 marine protected areas covering over 15,000 square kilometers, which is about 3.27% of the coastal and marine areas. On the financial sector, currently our central bank, the Bank Negara Malaysia, is finalizing a climate change and principle-based taxonomy to have aligned understanding and assessments of risk by providing a common language to categorize economic activities based on the impacts on climate change. As we acknowledge the Ministries of Health's efforts in combating COVID-19, we also recognize the milestone achieved by the Ministry in sustainable development. The Ministry has implemented various initiatives to achieve a green building status, which also provides for sustainable healthcare facilities. And the Ministry was recently awarded a gold rating for leadership in energy and environmental design for operations and maintenance for its hospital, Sultanah Malihah in Langkawi. The prestigious award conferred by the U.S. Green Building Council makes this facility Malaysia's only U.S. GBC LEED version 4 certified government building. I'm pleased to share that it is the only such gold-rated building in Malaysia and the only hospital to have received this rating in the world. Ladies and gentlemen, as an optimist, I said earlier we are daunted by the twin C's, COVID-19 and climate change. But I will introduce another set of twin C's, courage and change. We can face these challenging times with courage and make the change we want. The time is now. Join us in energizing sustainability at IGEM 2020 for a better tomorrow. With this, it gives me great honor to officially declare the first ever virtual IGEM 2020 open. Thank you. Wabillahi taufiq wal hidayah. Wassalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
very good morning, afternoon and evening to everyone joining us at IGEM 2020 today. You are the spark for climate action, and I applaud the Malaysian Ministry of Environment and Water for setting up this wonderful online facility. In recent months, I have noticed a fatigue in attending events online, but this virtual exhibition centre is truly special, and I encourage you to tell friends and colleagues to come and visit. I remember being blown away by IGEM in 2010 and being welcomed by a performance of Tumpuk Kalang from my home state. And today, IGEM continues to be a fantastic platform to grow our community of climate action advocates. I was therefore humbled and honoured to accept their invitation to become the royal patron for this year's event. As you all know, we are today faced with an unprecedented, unsettling and unrelenting combination of climate and public health crises. As the experience of several countries has already shown, we cannot afford to ignore these problems or simply hope that they will go away. We must recognise these problems and we must take up the mantle to solve them. Ladies and gentlemen, not all of us are scientists or engineers or climatologists, but we can still do our part to make things better. In this regard, I am lucky to be involved in a myriad of different organisations here in Malaysia, each staffed by adaptive and innovative teams. It's amazing to see how charities have adapted to continue protecting the vulnerable, combining the power of social media and supply chains to identify needs and deliver supplies. And although there are inevitable teething problems, teachers and children have adapted to online learning. The musical organisations I'm patron of have found ways to collaborate across the globe. And even in the world of sport, competition between athletes is still possible with ingenious challenges that can be done at home. Through the public companies of which I'm a director, I've seen how environmental concerns have become a key priority for many stakeholders and have positively impacted how we do business. And for think tanks like mine, navigating the disruption to politics, bureaucracy and public policy has never been more challenging, and yet it has never been more necessary. And although many conceive the pain in the short term, lasting solutions can only come with long-term strategies, in line with IGEM's 2020's theme of energizing sustainability. And this is why we must grow our circle of influence and nurture a stronger community of climate advocates across the globe. And indeed, today, we have the opportunity to meet thousands of climate advocates, green innovators and entrepreneurs through this splendid online platform. But let's not forget the many other ways in which technology is a great enabler. I have already mentioned how underprivileged communities have benefited from social media efforts collaborating with online businesses. But from e-shopping to algorithms that increase logistical efficiency, technology is enabling the digital economy to revive the overall global economy. In addition, just as technology is enabling faster detection and treatment of COVID-19, there are manifold technologies that are being rolled out to mitigate climate change. Some of these intriguing applications include reducing carbon dioxide emissions with the help of direct air capture technology, which uses gigantic vacuum cleaners to remove carbon dioxide from the atmosphere, sequestering it underground, and in some cases, supplying it back to specific industries like fertilizer for farmers or carbonation for fizzy drinks manufacturers. We even have photovoltaic-like panels called bionic leaves that use sunlight to grow microscopic plants in high concentrations within arid and infertile ground. These tiny plants in turn produce healthy food ingredients while generating oxygen and sequestering high amounts of carbon dioxide. Crossing regional geographies, energy storage is taken to the next stage with interconnectors, which are power lines that not only move energy across long distances between expansive power grids, but also store excess energy for later use, employing lithium-ion batteries. The application of these interconnectors is expected to grow tenfold by 2024. The teams behind these climate action innovations and countless others are working around the clock for a better chance to save our planet. I'm excited to see some of these inventions being showcased at Malaysia's Pavilion at the Expo 2020 in Dubai. Ladies and gentlemen, among us are innovators, developers, financiers, enforcers and consumers. Whichever part of the climate action spectrum we may find ourselves in, we can find something that we can do right now to upgrade our contribution to the cause, to find a larger goal that we can anchor around. If you already have an innovative product in the market, consider marketing it to more countries. Or think of the compounding impact if you could extend the product's application to other industries. If you're teaching on Zoom, have you tried other platforms and optimized your social media assets? If you've been recycling and reusing previously, how can you encourage more to follow suit? It is my hope that pushing the boundaries literally and metaphorically will create a beautiful butterfly effect beyond IGEM, beyond Malaysia, and beyond 2020. We humans are very adaptive. Today's new reality has challenged us to create new opportunities, new platforms, and new industries. I sincerely hope that IGEM 2020 will succeed in incubating a climate action community in this new paradigm, with its hundreds of exhibitors, scores of conferences, speakers, and business matching programs. I am eager to explore all the innovation and inventiveness that IGEM 2020 has lined up for us. My heartfelt gratitude to all of you who are online with us. Special thanks to the Ministry of Environment and Water, as well as to the Malaysian Green Technology and Climate Change Centre for leading the way in energising sustainability. Please invite your business teams, family and friends to join us over the next 5 days in this sustainability journey. Thank you.
Yang Amat Mulia Tunku Zain Al-Abidin Ibni Tuanku Mukhris, patron of IGEM 2020, Yang Amat Berhormat Tan Sri Datuk Haji Muhyiddin bin Haji Muhammad Yassin, Prime Minister of Malaysia, Yang Berhormat Datuk Sri Tuan Ibrahim Tuan Man, Minister of Environment and Water, distinguished guests, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and a very good morning to everyone. It is a pleasure to be speaking at the International Green Tech and Eco Products Exhibition and Conference Malaysia 2020. My appreciation and thank you to the Ministry of Environment and Water of Malaysia for the opportunity to deliver the keynote address. Ladies and gentlemen, the impact of COVID-19, as we now have painfully seen, continues to affect and disrupt our daily lives, our businesses, and the economy at large. However, as I speak to you today, I am encouraged to see that these uncertainties have not deterred all of us from convening, albeit virtually, to co-create and step up our actions to achieve our collective aspiration for a greener and cleaner world. Despite the challenges and limitations posed by the pandemic, IGEM has successfully created a virtual space that is expected to attract around 10,000 participants from across 17 countries. With the theme Energizing Sustainability, it is truly apt for the reality that we face today, and I am honoured by the opportunity for Petronas to be the platinum sponsor of IGEM 2020. Allow me to begin with the state of the industry. The COVID-19 pandemic, which caught the world by surprise earlier this year, has brought economic activities to a standstill, with more than 4 billion people under lockdown in April. According to the International Energy Agency, or IEA, the world energy demand will in fact fall by 6% in 2020, 7 times the decline after the 2008 global financial crisis. This is equivalent to energy demand in India, the world's third largest consumer, being completely wiped out. While fossil fuel is forecast to remain as the largest portion of the energy mix in 2040, it is expected to experience a decline in demand in the short term as less people travel by road and by air. In addition to the demand destruction caused by the pandemic, the industry is further hammered by an oil price rout due to the supply glut. Amidst this landscape, renewables were the only source that posted a growth in demand, driven by larger installed capacity and priority dispatch. Ladies and gentlemen, this is part of the emerging trend brought about by the accelerated pace of energy transition that has seen a greater focus on energy from clean and sustainable sources. As the push for low-carbon agenda to support the energy transition is becoming more widespread and pervasive, government and industry players alike are responding with strategies towards a low-carbon future. On the home front, Malaysia has pledged to reduce its greenhouse gas emissions, GHG emissions, intensity by 45% from 2005 levels by 2030 as part of the country's commitment to the Paris Agreement. In addition, Malaysia has subscribed its support for the UN Sustainable Development Goals, or UN SDGs, in 2015, which includes goals related to a low-carbon economy. In this effort, the Malaysian government has introduced supportive policies to grow renewables in its share of the energy mix, aligned with its aspiration to meet its low-carbon targets. For Petronas, we call this as a great reset for our industry. We believe that the global energy transition will accelerate faster post-COVID-19. While oil and gas continue to remain relevant in the global energy mix And part of the solution, the reset presents an opportunity for enhanced growth of energy from clean and sustainable sources. Ladies and gentlemen, there are different pathways to a low-carbon future. As an integrated energy player, Petronas will continue to play its part in meeting the world's needs by advocating cleaner sources of energy such as natural gas and renewables, where combined to balance the energy trilemma of affordability, security, and sustainability. In this stride, we established the gas and new energy business in 2019 as Petronas' one-stop center for cleaner energy solutions that leverages on our experience and technical expertise in gas and power, LNG, and new energy such as solar, wind, and soon hydrogen. Our acquisition of AM+ Energy Solutions in India with a total capacity of 300 megawatts signaled our expansion into the international renewable energy space. As we embark on the gradual evolution of our portfolio into the broader energy space, we are guided by a holistic approach that balances environment, social, and governance or ESG considerations in our operations and investments. To illustrate, Petronas is committed in reducing its overall GHG emissions, capped at 49.5 million tons of CO2 equivalent by 2024. Action plans are also underway to grow our cleaner energy portfolio mix with a target to achieve installed renewable energy capacity of 3 gigawatts by 2024, which is 10 times the capacity in operation of AM+ at the time of its acquisition. As the national oil company of Malaysia, there is also the responsibility to shape policies that will develop a sustainable and thriving energy landscape for the country. These initiatives are among the deliberate steps that demonstrate the four lenses of our sustainability agenda, namely continued value creation, safeguarding the environment, positive social impact, and responsible governance. I'm confident with these lenses in place, aligned with the UN Sustainable Development Goals or UN SDGs, we will continue to contribute to the prosperity and well-being of the nation. Ladies and gentlemen, the new energy landscape calls for greater collaboration, not only between industry players, but also with the government and other industries towards achieving Malaysia's low-carbon agenda. Firstly, supportive policies by the government to create a conducive ecosystem for growth of cleaner and renewable energy solutions. The government's efforts to liberalize the gas market continues to bear fruit, with market-based pricing and third-party access being introduced to spur a more competitive gas marketplace in the country. Moreover, natural gas is the perfect complementary fuel to address intermittency issues in the renewable energy space and is viewed as the transition fuel towards bringing forth a low-carbon economy. In this regard, as Malaysia's national oil company, we continue to work closely with policymakers and authorities in shaping the ongoing national energy policy and natural gas roadmap that will ensure alignment of policy objectives to address the energy trilemma and grow the significance of cleaner energy use in the country. In the renewable energy space, we laud the government's efforts in nurturing the growth of the industry with various green financing schemes, large-scale solar, and the net energy metering or NEM programs. In fact, 4 LSS competitive bidding rounds have been completed to develop solar PV plants for a total combined solar capacity of 2.3 gigawatts. This is expected to see job creation of approximately 24,000 jobs that will help boost Malaysia's economic recovery post this pandemic. Secondly, greater collaboration amongst industry players and also other industries must be strengthened to accelerate investments and technological advancements in cleaner energy solutions. At Petronas, we have undertaken several initiatives to limit our emissions at our operational sites, as well as to improve accessibility to natural gas. Some of these efforts include negotiation to purchase more electricity for our Bintulu LNG facility, implementing vapor recovery systems and higher efficiency technologies, and introducing the virtual pipeline system to deliver LNG to off-grid customers not directly served by the natural gas distribution system, as well as LNG bunkering for the marine industry. Following the launch of our flagship solar rooftop solution at IGEM 2019, now known as M+ by Petronas, we have powered multiple businesses across the nation with the installation of rooftop solar. Among them are Tesco, with capacity of 13 megawatts, Malaysia Marine and Heavy Engineering Holdings Berhad, MMHE, with capacity of 8 megawatts, and University Technology Petronas, UTP, with a target capacity of 7 megawatts by early 2021. As we accelerate our progress in achieving a sustainable future, Petronas intends to grow its new energy business as part of its decarbonization agenda. we're exploring step-outs with hybrid solutions together with storage technologies, providing a longer and more flexible solution for clean energy generation, and incubating an electric vehicle startup to provide EV delivery solutions for B2B customers. This is currently being explored in India via Amplus Energy Solutions, which is Petronas' 100% owned subsidiary, with plans to potentially introduce them in Malaysia. Internal discussions are also ongoing to explore storage and hydrogen solutions. I'm excited by the prospects and potential in this space as we continue to position our technology and digital advancements as differentiators. Ladies and gentlemen, the theme energizing sustainability best fits our collective situation today, given the exciting yet challenging environment. With collaboration as the cornerstone of our endeavors, I am confident that we can drive action towards an effective and sustainable energy transition. As an integrated energy player, Petronas is committed to play its part as a progressive energy and solutions partner, enriching lives for a sustainable future. Once again, thank you to Yang Amat Mulia Tunku Zain Al-Abidin Ibni Tuanku Mukhriz, Yang Amat Berhormat Tan Sri Datuk Haji Muhyiddin bin Haji Muhammad Yassin, and Yang Berhormat Datuk Sri Tuan Ibrahim Tuan Man. To all participants and attendees, it is my hope that the insightful discussions and dialogues during IGEM 2020 will continue to inspire us to achieve a shared and sustainable future. Please accept my sincere and best wishes for the success of IGEM 2020. Thank you and do stay safe.